I'm so sorry. I don't, Bree, I'm sorry to butcher our amazing intro music. We just don't have it queued up.
It is Sunday, August the 27th, 2023, live from Detroit, Michigan, together forever and for the first time. I am your host today. This is Cassie. Welcome to the Zodiac Chatline. Y'all, we here. It's Virgo season. It's time to let you know what it's all about. Cassie, first of all, I just want to say, y'all, it is amazing that we get to be in the same space. Y'all are going to get some energy today. Us together, like we're already strong apart, but together,
unstoppable.
Y'all better be ready for
Can't
it.
be fucked with.
So, we're going to just dive right in because we have some amazing guests today. But for Virgo season, we going to talk about the biggest thing we need to talk about. Georgia, Fulton County, District Attorney, Fani Willis, girlfriend, we love that you are doing the Lord's work. 19 folks, including Trump, 18 plus 19, including Trump, indicted on RICO charges. Your gang, Yana, but a gang.
We love to see it. It's been, so if you had the chance to check us out earlier today, we did a Leo season recap because normally we do that at the top of the show. We don't have enough, we got to keep it tight here on Instagram. So we didn't want to dive into all the craziness of Leo season. But Virgo season's the continuation of Leo season's fuck around and find out season. In this aforementioned case, one of the defendants, Kenneth Cheesebro, decided he thought, oh, there's no way Fani Willis is ready to prosecute 19 of us together on a RICO charge. I'm going to file a motion for a speedy trial, and that's going to force delays because she's not going to be ready. She said, how's October for you?
You don't try black women.
They not
stay
ready. Yeah.
We watched what Brittany Packnett Cunningham. If you don't know, go check her out. Amazing reel about this. And she said when a black woman press start, she been ready. She already ready for you. And that's exactly what I think. What they didn't understand is that they played right into her hand. They prolong it, make it sooner. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be ready regardless.
Yeah.
So we here for you, Fani. We support you and you will stay protected. The ancestors got your back.
And the thought that gang of freaking nincompoops thought that they would be pull one over on Fani Willis. That's just... It's so silly that you thought that. It's so silly.
Okay. We're here for your silliness because you deserve everything that's going to come down for you. And
it's coming. Oh, it's in the stars, you all. I mean, we are in deep retrograde season. So on that note, what are we on? What's going on?
Okay, so because Leo and Virgo season decided to kind of meet up similarly. The sun moved into Virgo last week on the 23rd, as well as Mercury going retrograde in Virgo on the same day because why not? And we know that Mercury rules Virgo, so it's a perfect time for that. We also had Mars today move into Libra, and Cass and I talked about that. We've had a lot of time to talk and share today, but we did talk about really trying to bring some peacefulness into the angry Mars energy, and with the node switching, all that. So, we're looking for some peaceful resolutions in some sort of ways, but sometimes you got to let people know.
Yeah, I think it's be as diplomatic as you can till you can't.
And then let them know. We also then have tomorrow, Uranus retrograding in Taurus, again joining the retrograde party. At that point, we will have, I think, almost 6 or 7 planets by that time in retrograde.
Have 6, yep.
Most of them then. So again, guys, we have been saying this, take your time. And no rush to it. All things will be revealed in due time, and this retrograde is showing up and showing out.
Yeah, it's bringing up old stuff. It is not allowing people to escape from their pasts. And frankly, I'm here for some of this karmic retribution.
All of it.
Certainly.
All
so,
of it.
yeah.
I'm an Aquarius. I'm always here for karmic retribution. And then lastly, on Wednesday, we will have a full moon in Pisces, which...
That's a lot for the week.
I know.
Like, we've got a full week this week.
With
and Sunday, a week from today, Venus goes direct in Leo. But lest you think we get a break from retrograde season, the very next day, Jupiter goes retrograde in Taurus. So we'll still be chilling with 6 planets in retrograde. We just swap one. But having Venus in Leo stop going retrograde, I'm excited about that. I think this has been a difficult transit for humanity.
Yeah.
So
but I think it's difficult and necessary, especially a fixed sign retrograde transit. With fixed fire, like Leo is for sure letting you know that they're not playing around. And I think a lot of egos were bruised during Venus retrograde, honestly. I think lots of egos were bruised, but hopefully lessons learned and we can move forward.
Yeah. If you're not a dummy about it, you accept that karmic L and you do better next time.
Or you don't, but
well, some people are dummies. So and then we get a break after the 4th because nothing really exciting happens until the 14th when we have the new moon in Virgo. And I think that's going to be a good little period because the very next day Mercury goes direct. We have a on the nose question about what's going on for Virgos this Virgo season, but suffice it to say, if you're going through it this Virgo season, by the end of it, you probably are going to feel a big sigh of relief.
It's okay. The only way to out is through. You know, you got to break down or break through or something like that. But really, and if any of you are in a tarot, we know that Virgo is represented by the Hermit. And so I think that's also a good significance with retrograde energy is really going within to understand yourself and find that wisdom and that light within yourself and taking the time to kind of grow. But, you know, it doesn't have to be shown to everyone. Virgos be going, girl, you ain't never lied. We gonna find out in a minute too.
Right.
So you want to get to our guests? Because we can do this because I see they're both on.
Yes.
So we have Virgo season. Our topic is going to be discernment. We have 2 lovely guests. My first one is one of my BFF turn family for more than a decade, Mr. Kris Havard. He and so he is joining us as well as
my old and dear friend Jess. You're the first mom. Oh hey. Jess is a badass. I want to get your title right. So, a physician's assistant in plastic surgery.
Yeah, I changed jobs.
oh, that's right, girl. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I needed your support throughout.
Yes. I do recall this. A physician's assistant doing badass things for the world and raising 2 cool boys who are going to be rock stars someday. So welcome, you guys. Thank you for joining us today on the Sunday before school starts.
So we love a good Virgo. I think Cassie does for the watery energy and the earth balance that they present. I do because Virgos and it's that mental game all day every day. But I love a good Virgo because this is Rich, tell me about it. Because we love the discernment with which Virgos really exist through life. They are very much going to be your friends to let you know when you on some fuck shit. And we love that for them. And for us who are friends of Virgos. So our definition of discernment is the ability to judge people and things well, exhibiting keen insight and good judgment, the quality of being able to grasp and comprehend what is obscure, skill in discerning and an act of or perceiving or discerning of something. Yes, lots of it, but for me, I basically took the ability to judge people in situations well, and y'all be doing that. On it. Do you want to hit the first question for real?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so my first question for you guys is, how do you explain things to people who don't understand them?
Examples. Always using examples.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what can I relate it to? How can I dumb it down?
Mm-hmm.
What example can I get to get you to what we're doing right now?
I like that. Kris, how about you?
Same. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Same. Honestly, like I have had to learn that people do not think like you think, Kris. People do not follow instructions like you. So now I've had to take myself out and put myself in people's shoes. And I actually have a conversation with them first to know how I'm going to relay the information. And I think that's just came from managing a lot. Because I feel like for me, everything is ABC 1, 2, 3, and for somebody else, it's algebra. So I feel like I have to cut the steps short to how to get there. Just because, sometimes for me, I might like to take the long route, but, some people just need the short route so you can get the thing done,
Yeah.
What about you?
Man, I don't know. I do try to appeal to, I think examples are good. I'm trying to, mostly I'm explaining stuff to my children, and I treat my adults in my life like children too, though, sometimes, because you just have to kind of be like, how far down can I reduce this and still get across what I need to get across? Like, I think from what you say, Jess?
Like everybody's like the oldest. Everybody's the big sister.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I a lot of me, I think for me explaining things to people is like deciding how much I need to explain.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe just not bothering with the extra. What about you?
I'm just like, listen, it's really just detailed and relatable. I really like what you said. It's just like, I like to be clear and concise. I believe clarity is the key to understanding, and I don't like to feel crazy, so I want to make sure that I'm explaining myself well. And I mean, if you don't get it, maybe some people aren't meant to grasp it, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes I'm above other people. I said it. But
Lord.
whatever. You guys know me. It's fine.
Exactly. That's why I say what I said.
Let's move on. So I like this one. What has your relationship been with your intuition? And Kris, I'm gonna make you go first.
Oh, it's been amazing. I feel like it's come from birth. I feel like it was instilled on me from my grandmother. I feel like I've always moved with intuition naturally, and been very afraid to move outside of it, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm strong about my intuition and something else is saying, hey, go over here, I'm not going over there, no matter what you say. Because now I'm like in solid ground about where I stand on that situation, and I'm not moving from it. Because even if it's a different outcome than what I thought it was going to be positively, like me, I like to run down two, tell me what's going on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I'm not getting enough information about the situation, my intuition is already telling me naturally to not move. So your information ain't good enough. It's not going to overpower my intuition. Like, sorry. But yeah.
What about you, Jess?
I feel like I'm pretty perceptive when it comes to just relationships with people. If the vibe is on, if it's not. I have a hard time with relationships that are more surface, or relationships where you know, you can tell that it's somebody who's not truly there for you. And I always feel like I pick up on that. And then I don't tend to cultivate those. You know, you can kind of leave it at a surface level, but I'm not going to dig deeper.
Right.
With
It's a waste of time. That's what it is, okay?
So I think picking, you know, the people that I want in my life, the people that I want to spend my time with, and rather finding out sooner, because I know then finding out a couple of years down the road where everybody finds out too.
That's the worst. That is the worst part, where everybody else finds out and then you last.
It's so funny you say that, because in our production meeting this week, we were talking about different questions we could ask you all about this topic. And it came up that it's like, Virgos are the people who know first when somebody in the group, the new person fucked up. And they'll be the first one to hate, like, shit on that person. And I'm not, I'm always the like, it's like guy. And then all my Virgo friends are like, I told you.
No.
I told you. That was messy.
Stink face, side eye.
Yeah.
All of the like.
Ex tonight, she know how many I done shut down. Like, it's a child. She don't get her tens for that. Nope. No. Move
Not
on.
even coming over here. Thank you.
I'm not even touching where she might be in life. You're not even coming close. No, don't do it to yourself.
I love it. Let's see. I think for me, it's been developed over time, but I love that my intuition never steers me wrong. Even if I choose to outthink my own intuition, I'm also like, girl, don't play yourself. And so I really am all about, and that's what I really actually appreciate about Virgos, which is opposite of Pisces, which Pisces live in that very intuitive, like, unknowing state, but Virgos live in a like knowledgeable intuition. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks.
I was also like you, Kris. It was impressed upon me by my mother and my grandmothers to follow my intuition. Like, my grandma always used to say, if your gut has a feeling, there is a reason for that. Like, don't, and I have trusted that. And I'm a bit of the opposite of you, Jess, where when it comes to relationships with people, I'm like the Statue of Liberty of just messy people. Give me your drug-addled, you're in need of therapy, you're this and that.
I don't like people. You get super messed up.
Right. Just don't be an asshole about it. That's funny. Okay, that's fair. That's a subtle but important distinction there. But I am that person who, like, if I feel a certain way about something and I'm like, we should do this now, I do it then. And that has never failed me to follow that. Like, there are times where maybe I can't immediately see how that was the best move, but like, usually time will show me, and even if it doesn't, I trust that it still was. Like, whatever reason that was out there, it was for the best. Okay, so this is something I'm just curious about, like, other people who are intuitive and or trust their guts. What kind of actual signals in your body do you feel when you're like intuition or discernment? Like, what are your like spidey senses when it comes? How does it feel to you when you start to get that, you know, sixth sense about something?
She can go first.
I think
go ahead, yeah.
the answer is just there. You know, like, what way am I going to turn? Am I going to go right or go left? You're just going to go right. Like,
yeah, feel like
there.
For me, honestly, my stomach, literally my gut. I know that sounds weird to be like on the nose with it, but literally I will feel it in my gut, and my gut will get nervous, and what it does is make me stop and think before I move. Because usually for me, sometimes in life, I'll just go on and on. But if that hits my stomach, then I immediately am like, let me stop and think about what's happening, what's going on, and what are the consequences of the situation. So literally hits me in my gut first, and then, of course, my heart starts beating fast. So in that direction. Yeah, leave either.
It's Kris knows. It is very.
I'm sorry,
See how the Virgos, he's like, I do, and I remember every single time that they
I do know.
it is very physical with me, and usually it makes me I get nauseated, like especially like things I don't want to admit with my intuition, but it is a very physical, like, oh, this does not feel good, and that's when it's like I have to go with it. But you know, I appreciate being in tune enough with my body that it gives me enough signals as a protection. That's what it feels like. You know, think about animals and their shells. Like, it's for me just another form of protection.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like if something's coming to me as like, this is what needs to be done, I also just feel like, oh, this is the right thing to do. This is the move to make. Like, that happened with us moving to Michigan, because we were originally planning to move up here in March of 2020. And in January the year before, I was like, I think we should speed this up. Like, I think we should go now. I really feel like that's the right thing to do.
You need to move, baby, on your gut. That was a good move.
And then once March 2020 hit, I was like, well, shit. Turned out that was the move.
That was absolutely right.
But I definitely, if something is wrong, I feel it in my stomach, like an indigestion into like heart, chest kind of pain.
Oh, wow.
And when I'm writing, if I'm like really inspired, I read a book that said you should pay attention to how your body physically feels at that moment of inspiration, because when you go back and revisit that story, you'll know you're on the right track when your body feels that way again. So different stories actually have felt different to me. Like, some of them kind of tingle through like my throat kind of, or like down one arm. It's kind of weird, but it's been an effective like technique for helping me write the, stories I rarely finish. But they keep going one word at a time, There we go.
Okay, so this next one, because it may not be the last one.
We got some time.
I know, right? So this next one. Okay, so the statement is, discernment can evolve into judgment. How do you find the middle ground? Yes. Tell me about it.
Both of your faces
really
suggest
what middle ground?
Suggest this may be a challenge.
Yeah. If we know, we know. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I can't teeter between the two. Like, it is what it is. Like,
it's okay.
This is a perfect question. Okay, so Jess, what do you say?
I mean, like I said, if you know, you know. Like, if it's something, it's okay. Just always a bad thing.
Okay.
Again, if it's talking about people and who I'm choosing to surround myself with, spend my life with, I think sometimes I can be a little snappy, but I'm always looking to learn more. So I'm open to it.
Okay, that's a good way to balance those two things. Yeah. Like, just have a sense of curiosity about people,
My knee jerk might be one way, but I
know.
But that's
what about you, Kris?
To stay judgmental.
I would say I'm gonna say I've got better with the judgment part, because it's something they always talk crap on the Virgos on. I'm always judging people. Listen, baby, if I'm judging you, nowadays, if I feel like I'm judging you, I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna talk to you about it. Because I first of all, I don't have a problem with conflict, and not to say that's in a negative way of people like fighting or anything, but I don't have a problem having a conversation with somebody about something that, I might not understand. Really is what I feel like judgment mostly is. It's something about a person you don't understand, and you're just making, free judgment without actually knowing who they are. And for instance, I had a situation at work where this girl who just joined our team came in hot, and she just walked up to the desk and told the girl, "Hey, yeah, you're at my desk." That's all she said. She didn't say hello, good morning, how you doing? My name is such and such, nothing. So of course the girl looked at her like she was crazy, and so the rest of our team was like, "Who is this girl?" 2 hours later, she bust out crying, went to our manager, and the first thing I said to myself, because everybody's like, "What did she do?" I said, "Now I probably understand that had nothing to do with us. The way she came in, her crying, that was all outside of work." So it took a minute because at first glance you could be like, "Oh, she got an attitude. I don't want to deal with her." But then there might be something personally going on with that person to make them act like that. So it causes me to have a little more empathy for people in that situation. So before I judge them, I try to show some type of empathy for the situation. Now, when they go crazy, you know,
They're crazy.
I ain't like Michelle. Like they say, I'm not like Michelle. I ain't going high, I'm going low. And I'm going low, 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 low.
I'm going to hell.
I'm me, like that. So, but I have tried my darnest to really just like not be so judgmental because I don't want that to come back on me. I don't want people just to judge me or prejudge me automatically without getting to know who I am as a person. So, but discernment comes in handy because some people just you're not supposed to be around or be in your presence. You know, is what it is.
That and so for me, I think I am like to Kris as well. Like I don't necessarily want to judge people, but I feel as though just being a queer woman of color, mass presenting, people definitely judge me all the time without even realizing that I'm like the most amazing person in the world. And but mostly it's very interesting when I'm out and about with other people, even like people of different races. I have friends of all different, but like very much seeing other people watch me and then watch the people I'm around and decide what kind of judgment is coming within that or whatever. So I try not to judge because I don't want to be judged, but I'm with Kris. Like, if you show me that you ain't shit, then you're going to get the same response. Like, you ain't shit.
That's what it is.
Shoot. I probably am not judgmental enough. I think I've grown, I think, more discerning over time because I relate to people emotionally, and I'm always, oh, there must be something wrong. Something's wrong with you.
Always that person. You know? Ain't never changed.
Right. and some people are not. Like sometimes it's just they're bad. They're a bad energy vampire sociopath type person. And like you just don't need to be around that. And the older I get, the more I'm like, okay, it's only gonna take 4 times for me to decide like that's what you are. Like I'll give you grace those first 3, but number
you're so nice, Cassie. Oh, Cassie is like y'all. If you don't know out there, I've seen Cassie in some situations. I'm like, how are you still talking to that person? I think like a year ago, but you somehow are like, if they just needed a little love and somebody to talk to and listen to them. And I'm like, girl, I did that. I did that like 6 months.
Cassie has Virgo friends because exactly how he does her.
I need to be snatched back. Like, nope, you can't help him. You can't help him.
You gonna drown with him. You gonna drown with him.
Exactly. What is your life best friend? You ain't got one on.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, here's a question that's I'm excited to hear your guys' answers on, because I know it's happened many times. But what's your favorite memory of being proven right?
I'm gonna let her go first.
After that reaction,
or like a recent time where you're like, that was satisfying. I had that, and now everybody else knows.
Oh.
You're just like, there's so many to name.
Literally,
absolutely. I guess the best example, when I'm right, I'm right. I usually don't try and like argue you down. If you think I'm wrong, I don't care. But there was at work, the way our system is set up, it was wrong, in my opinion. Like the way they would schedule certain things, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. It's not right. And they're like, no, we put in this calculation and this algorithm. I was like, whatever it is, in real time, it's not working. I do work mostly for a tech company, so it does tend to be more tech heavy than like real life people doing things heavy. And then recently the engineering team was like, oh, maybe we need to add in a buffer for this. I'm like, oh, I was right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And even my manager was like, how does it feel to be right? Oh, amazing. I'm going to stay that way. Remember when I say next time, I'm not kidding. This is what
the lengths I will go to prove that I was right.
Research. Don't play with me.
I will admit that I'm wrong. I will say, okay, I'll own that mistake. I have no problem doing any of that. But if I know that I was in the right in the situation, my husband and I had an argument one time about a concert we went to, and I'm digging up the set list from a show that was 2018 that we went to, so I could prove that they played a song or they didn't play a song. And then I get fired up because I know that.
Y'all, she said 5 years ago. So go ahead.
Oh, I will go. I'll take boxes. I'm gonna find the receipts. That's what.
A famous quote from a Virgo. I'm gonna find the
Great.
receipts.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And probably screenshotted it just in case.
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's the best feeling. Mine would probably be from my job too. Only because I talk to agents all day. I work for an insurance company. And when we're telling them certain procedures, they always go, are you sure? I don't believe. Did you? And I can't stand that because I know I'm right. And you should go with this word. But you know what? Do what you want to do. So there have been situations where people have emailed my boss to say, this person didn't know what they were talking about. And then to my satisfaction, my boss, she CC me on there so I can see it. And she emails them back and say, you're incorrect, sir. Actually, this is how it's going. He told you correctly. Oh, to see all the words to say, you're wrong. He was right the whole time. It's the best feeling in the world. Because I'm not gonna fight you on it at this point. Like, baby, it's gonna get proven one way or another. You're gonna look crazy and look at me like, you right? I don't know. You ain't gotta tell me.
Thanks for reminding me of what I already know.
Yeah. Because here's the thing about a Virgo to me is we are not gonna, again, I think she also preferences too, but I'm not gonna say I'm right if I'm not right. Like, I'm not gonna speak, I'm not gonna say a word, I'm gonna stay in the back, I'm gonna let y'all keep talking until you bring me in and then I have an accurate, like, statement to make. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit back and just let y'all run it because I don't like stepping in. Also, I don't know if this is a Virgo thing, but I just don't like feeling dumb in general. So if I feel like I'm about to say something that has nothing to do with what the hell we're talking about, or it's gonna make me look crazy, no. Yeah. That's why we sit back in the quiet and we observe first before we move because we're trying to figure out where we fit in.
I was just about to say that about Virgos, and I love and appreciate that about you guys. Is you guys do not speak out of your ass. You're not going to even speak unless you have something relevant to say about the topic. And I have watched my Virgo coworkers at various jobs in meetings, and they'll just sit back like, I'm watching you file all this information away, and we're both listening to this person say something crazy, and you're about to dig up the memo from 3 months ago where they said the opposite thing and email it to the group in a subtle but power move. Like, I ain't being petty, but I'm about to be
accurate. Correct. Correct.
Accurate. Not petty, but accurate.
Well,
do you want to ask the last one, or you want to just?
Well, you go for it. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna ask this because I feel like Virgos know the most random information. Like, not that it's not relevant, but to them, it's like, oh my God, I know this for like a dinner conversation piece or something like this. Yeah. So, what is the most obscure information you can provide?
Obscure information.
Obscure random fact, like
there's so many. Hold on.
Oh, there's so many. Shocker. Yes, ma'am.
A topic like, I don't know, music, sports.
What's your like? Pick the music. Okay, go for music because we've already referenced your husband being wrong. Tell us about.
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, go with music. I got one.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So
Somewhere.
obscure music fact, or
thought
thing, or whatever.
Oh shit!
Now you put yourself on the spot.
I got a topic. I gotta go with the topic. I gotta think about the topic and run down the list. We just made that computer work, okay? That bird is like, what?
I don't.
Go ahead, Kris.
Oh no, that wasn't.
Jess, you got it.
Jess.
I mean, sometimes I think that I'm just a strange person, and so I would offer in 6th grade. I played the trumpet in the band, but then I quit because it was before school and I didn't like waking up early. And so sometimes I just carry an interesting fact about myself.
Just throw it out there, random conversations.
It's
that.
I spent trumpeting. We're solid.
I think my most random, I guess it's a fact about myself, even though I do have, like, I'm a trivia, I'm gonna give it to you. Random fact about myself is that when I was younger, in the newspaper was an audition for the Mickey Mouse Club. And I mean, when JT and Brittany and Christina Aguilera probably auditioned for the same show, but I was too young, so I couldn't audition for it. But it encouraged me, though, as a kid to keep going because I thought I was just as good as the kids that I would see on TV performing when I did watch the Mickey Mouse Club. So that's a random fact, I guess. You know.
Cute. I know a lot of random facts about states' right to publicity laws, but I feel like that's not that exciting.
No, it actually is. Oh, this is another thing. I want to say thank you, Lord, for what you just gave me with all of this Trump shenanigans going on, because you didn't give me Stacey Abrams like I asked for as governor. But you said, hold on. Hold your mule, okay? I got something in the back pocket, and it's going to be big. It's going to be bigger than big, okay? And here it is. And I like to say thank you, Lord, while I'm here, okay? Because when I was talking, I was like, I wanted Stacey Abrams so bad, but he said, hold on. We got more coming for you. So bigger fish. Got a big fish.
Actually, my random obscure is about Kris and I. We literally play all day long in our lives trivia, pop trivia, 90s trivia, whatever it is. We will be talking about nostalgic shows or whatever, and he'll do like, okay, here's the summary. They did this. I'll do it. That is our random obscure. Kris and I are going to
want
You said
do it real quick? Do it real fast and see if you can get it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me see how I can put it. Football player, running back, short.
Jerome Bettis.
And he is more familiar with you guys' area.
Oh, Barry Sanders. You can even don't play with it. Number 22.
Okay, that was good. That was quick. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. I wanted to be relatable. I had to make it relatable too.
Listen, nah. See, guys,
okay.
We already on it. That's a fun game to play with your friends. Did you hit yours?
My random thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You said you're not random.
Yeah.
So,
we both live in states where your right to publicity is not protected.
Ooh.
So don't allow yourself to be scanned by anybody filming a video because they might train an AI with it. There you go.
I gotta watch some AI show.
Where we're at now. Since none of us was born during that AI time, it's a little fascinating to watch it evolve in our adulthood.
In real time. Yeah.
Okay, so it comes the time where you get to talk about yourselves and tell the world what you want to promote, where they can find you on the social media platforms. If you would like, if you have anything up and coming, please let us know.
Or if you don't want to be found, you can tell them that too. You know what I mean?
I'm a hermit. Don't find me, I will find you. No, so my IG is Red Jones I Am. I'm a singer-songwriter, so feel free to hit me up. If you have any weddings, events, anything you want to hear a guy sing, I could be your guy.
He's a very talented man. Hit him up.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just IG, and then on Facebook, I am Christopher Red Jones Havard. You hit me up on Red Jones I Am, and I'll give you the details on that. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I have a lot of other things going on, but I'm gonna let you be surprised. All right.
Take it away, Jess.
I don't have much to promote. I just here, you follow me. I cook a lot. I read a lot of books. I have a cute dog. Sometimes I share.
Come on, books.
Not an annoying parent, so I try to do it when they're doing something either worth celebrating or worth laughing at them for. So.
And we appreciate you for that. Here for it.
Well, guys, thank you for all of your candor, discernment, analysis, intuition, all the reasons we love our Virgos, because it is live and in charge Virgo season, y'all. Y'all just push the Leos out the way. It's like, we here.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Happy early birthday to both of you guys.
Yes.
Oh my God. Go to the Bahamas.
Oh, yes. Safe travels. But thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to send you out of here.
Yes, we will see you guys later. I no longer know how to remove people from the lives. We haven't done this. Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry. Now we're kissing you out.
Bye.
Goodbye. Love you guys. Thank you for being here with us.
Wow. Guys, oh my God, that's so much fun. Oh, this is so funny for us right now.
Yes.
So before we get to our celeb check-in, who do we want to say what up to?
A shout out for the end of Leo season.
Uh-huh.
Yes, of course. So earlier today we did our Leo season recap and a bit of news that I did not get to, but nonetheless needs to be addressed. I want to talk about it now. So this is a shout out to a Leo queen, RIP, rest in power, Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks was a Black woman who died in her 30s of cervical cancer in a colored ward at Johns Hopkins Hospital. And her cervical cells were taken without her consent and cultivated for many years. The first cells that were able to successfully be cultivated to test and manufacture a whole bunch of drugs. And just this Leo season, her heirs finally got a financial settlement from the pharmaceutical company that profited off of her body so long ago. So Henrietta Lacks, we salute you. And heirs, I hope you are taking them coins and creating cool shit for the heirs, the community, to honor your ancestors.
More generational wealth for the Lacks family. Because I think as everyone should know, Black people were tested on many times without their consent. They were also sterilized, castrated. There's just been so many experiments, because I feel like a lot of back then, a lot of Henrietta Lacks was born in 1920 and she died in 1951, so even before civil rights. So back then, Black people were mostly property, even if they were kind of separate. And so many times and so many things have happened. So this is a great victory and win. Again, white people, leave us alone.
It's really not that hard, you guys.
Bye, you'll be in this and stay hydrated, okay? But we are about to move into a Virgo celebrity check-in. And honestly, we talked about it. We only have two that we really want to talk about. Shout out to all the Virgo celebrities out there, ladies and gents, but mostly ladies. We see you. We love you. We support you. However, we're going to start with a Virgo queen whose birthday was yesterday. Let's give it up for the one, the only Lauren Stay Get in a Bag, Keke Palmer. We did reference her situation earlier today, but we've all known her from the DZ channel, Aquila and the Bee. This girl has been, was she the famous True Jackson? True something VIP, True Jackson? She's everything.
Nope. She was in Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Stay getting the bag, stay working. And she's what? A mother. And got that body, yaddy, yaddy. Shout out to her son named Leo, oddly enough, who gave her that fabulous body. Yeah. Keke Palmer, you can talk about her.
Sure. So for those of you
Toxic
who
baby.
also live under a rock, you know, if you missed the Montgomery Brawl or Keke Palmer, I don't even know what internet you were on for the last month, but this is what happened with Keke Palmer. So Keke Palmer was minding her rich, beautiful business, going to see Usher with her friends, like you do. And she did what? Dressed to the nines, because that is what you do at Usher, okay? If you're going to see Usher, you're going to see Beyonce. My husband and I are going to see the Queen Diana Ross. I am dressing up. I'm dressing up. I'm going to look good. That is what you do. So Keke looked great. Usher brought her on stage, which is what Usher does. Usher has been doing this since the 90s. Okay, this is his whole thing. It's his whole thing. Okay, he brings her on the stage, does a sexy Usher dance with her. She, you know, gets into it in her theatrical way. Her no one scungy ass Aquarius toxic man decides, instead of privately messaging her on the phone plan that Keke Palmer undoubtedly pays for, that he was going to roast her on the internet for the outfit she wore because she's a mother.
You gotta be a raggedy motherfucker to be in your girl's house, on her couch, on her internet, twitting your little thumbs about some bullshit. Sir, grow up. Yeah. Or don't, but we see she don't give a fuck.
Oh no, because what she did was get a bag. Hello. And how did she do this, you ask? First of all, she ditched him, who she'd never married, because she knew she wasn't going to spend a lifetime paying him no alimony or child support. And she did what? Hopped on a track with Usher and made the internet break. It was amazing.
Also made t-shirts that said "I'm a mother" and sold out. What? I'm just saying. Stay getting a bag. Keke Palmer, we love you. We support you, girl. I cannot wait to, and she is, I think, 28, 29, like going through her Saturn return.
A baby.
And she's going to continue to get fabulous. This girl has been working since she was like 9, maybe younger, younger. And has her own network, I believe, at this point. So we love Keke Palmer, and and if you haven't seen her most recent TikTok, stay petty, girl. Stay petty. Because I'm here for it, especially in Virgo season.
Yes, she's a queen, and whatever she does next, we're going to stand, because she's fucking awesome. And the other Virgo celebrity who, along with Greta Gerwig and Taylor Swift, kept the U.S. economy afloat this summer, our queen Beyonce. Yeah,
we actually, it's funny enough, because last Virgo season we talked about the release of the album Renaissance. There was no visuals, but people were steady making TikToks, and like, I love the album. It is no skips for me. I can hit play every single day, honestly, a year later, and it's still everything we go. Anyways, but I love this Renaissance tour that we have seen. We see that her child is getting a bag. Yes, Blue Ivy Carter, front and center, giving us all the moves. We love it. We love to see it, because I couldn't do it. And you 11, girl. I'm just excited for it. But Beyonce has really just surpassed most entertainers. And with the skill, with the discernment, shall we say, we don't really know her business. We can assume her business, but we don't really, even the elevator, we still don't know.
No.
We was just like a witness to possibly something.
As far as we know, her business is just stacks. Just stacks and stacks and stacks. And that's all we need to know.
She said, that's revenge is your paper. We don't need, I mean, like, the way y'all was paying for them prices and the Renaissance.
She's getting revenge on revenge.
All over. And for those of you who still have the tour left, when she says, look around, everybody unmute, shut up. Yeah, there you go. It's really simple. Like, that's where you stop. But we are here for Beyonce's internet, Beyonce's Virgo season.
We're all here at her behest.
You know, we have watched all of this grow, and we're going to continue to just like give her the money because she's earned it. Style, fashion. I mean, like all the fashions from the tour. So it's just been, you know.
And I've loved, I don't know if you felt that way, but like I really enjoyed seeing from each city stop the crowds and the people. And like if you are on the parts of the internet where Black people hang out, then you get to see cool shit. And like I loved seeing all the looks from Detroit and just seeing people able to be themselves and be them their most fabulous self and their sparkliest self, and it's just been fabulous.
That is such a good way, especially because this album was definitely a queer love letter. And I mean, for the rest of y'all, also, if you didn't get the memo, it is Virgo season. She said it is Silver season too, so those of you left to see the rest of those concerts, thank you, Kiki and Beyonce, for continuing to just be amazing Black women, but Virgos, and setting the bar that nobody else will ever achieve. But thank you.
We appreciate it. All right, let's hit this question. You got it on
yes.
Yeah.
On the Twitter page, not Twitter, on the TikTok pages, because you know we're over there too.
We are.
So since Mercury rules Virgo and Mercury just went retrograde in Virgo, what is your advice for Virgos during this season?
Oh, I'm gonna start, and you know what? My advice is probably counterintuitive to the Virgos out there, but hey, here's where I'm at. So this Mercury retrograde lines up right from the day the sun enters till you get to your new moon in Virgo. And for the rest of us, all of the non-Virgo placements out there, this is going to be a time of caution, of going slowly, of checking your details, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, etc. Virgos, you all already do that all the time. My advice for you is be chaotic. Everything is crazy. And do what a Gemini would do. Pop off. Like, say, fuck it. You do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just throw the rule book out the door if you can. And I know giving the Virgos that advice, they're not going to fully do that. But I want you in those moments where you have the opportunity to embrace the chaos of it, to try that and see what that feels like, because I personally have a positive relationship with chaos. I feel like I enjoy creating chaotic positivity in situations. Like I just will try to be silly someplace where it's not really appropriate and see what happens. And so chaos doesn't have to be bad or evil. Like you can just mix it up. And I think the Virgos should try and mix it up. I think the universe is gonna throw a wrench in everyone's spokes, but if you allow yourself to take that motion and do something with it, you may come up with something cool. What do you think, Tennah?
I mean, you know, we can be toxic. I'm just kidding. I actually like that, but I feel like the strength is that Virgos are usually very self-aware in certain aspects, and I think it's a strong time for Virgos because they're already very meticulous with how they speak and like their communication. The retrograde is just going to allow them to say those inner thoughts that people might, if you get your feelings hurt, I mean, don't be near a Virgo right now, because they're going to hurt your feelings. And, you know, feelings come and go. And your feelings are hurt because what they said was true, without even hesitation. And you just felt that, God damn. But I say the same thing. Virgos, enjoy your season. Be as chaotic and free as you want to be, because it doesn't happen very often that you get the sun and your ruling planet going retrograde on the same day and the same time. And like Cassie said, right up to your new moon. So we are continuing also the theme of the new moons being later on in those seasons. So you have enough time between now and your new moon to really like say, what is this Virgo season going to be for me? And it doesn't have to be anything but like whatever makes you feel top notch.
Yeah, and like, you know, as you're for any of us as we go through the season that is ours, you're obviously going to come upon your birthday at some point in that season, which is always a time of reflecting and then deciding how are you going to proceed forward. And so I think giving yourself a little, you know, behaving a little wildly might actually be the thing that like allows you to be like, okay, so now that I got that out of my system, what's next? And then you have that energy at the new moon to be like, okay, what's going on next for me?
I love it. Well, we've had a great show. Thank you guys for joining us once again. We are now going to be back on IG Live once a month for every single season, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will see us prior to our next one for Libra season, but we are still going to close out Virgo season. And Cassie got to pick this. I was on a plane, so I had a very limited amount of cards I could bring. But we decided on one of my and Cassie's most beautiful favorite decks, African Goddesses Rising by Abiola Abrams, Black Queen. We love you. I don't know if you guys can see her, but she is on the back of this. And so I love this deck. It gives us beautiful colors and great descriptions. And I'm going to do something very fun that Cassie isn't even ready for.
What?
Get it, girl.
Oh, I get to pick. Oh my God. I love being with you here. Okay. Ooh, all right.
Yes. Get it, girl.
And then look.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay. We have Queen Ya Acentua. It's called Level Up.
Oh,
Okay.
that is
Listen,
Virgo season perfection.
all of it. And look at this beautiful, like,
yes, with her machete.
listen, ready to cut a bitch with their
Yes.
words. All right. And this is number 39. So let's check this out.
How old
Oh. Ooh, okay. So this is the goddess of leveling up, Ashanti Ghana, the temple of queens, the element of bush. Of course, that would be earth. So on point. Queen Ya Asantewa was a mother, farmer, and the warrior queen who led the war of the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool, throne of the Ashanti Empire, holds the regent's Kra, life force energy. Her guidance, raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet.
Wow.
Girl. The embodiment, time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You are prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? Connecting with spirit, with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualization is a great start. The declaration, divine timing is on my side. Cassie picked a good one, y'all. We could, look, she used her intuition and grabbed it. Ooh, this
I love
is so,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
If we
That's
could.
cute.
And honestly, guys, I just want y'all to look at her face. Look at her face.
Yes.
That is a don't play with me face. Well,
Serving Virgo face.
what's RBF? All damn. So, guys, this has been so great. We don't know the next time we'll be in the same place, but we will see you in about a month, same time for our lovely Libra season. Very different energy. But we're gonna be here for the rest of this Virgo season. Girl,
Yes.
I love you.
I love you.
This is been the best.
Yes.
Like, just the best. Absolutely. I hope you guys can feel it through the entire screen because I feel it in my absolute spirit. One more time for the Motor City 313 Detroit. We here in the building, live. As always, guys, it's all love. And you know what? We out. Peace.